Now I think they've had their time. It is time to get into this match. Cloud9 and G2. This is huge. Quinn, Wavepunk, I am going to hand this over to you to start us off today.
So much, oh my goodness. G2, Cloud9, we would love to see this matchup in the finals. We are gonna see it right now. We'll probably see it once more today. Hopefully, I don't know what'll happen. It's gonna be crazy. Kickoff goals to start things off from NRG. Great cheat up there from GarrettG, and they're off to the races.
This is going to be heartbreaking to see one of these teams drop down to the losers bracket this early on there, and GarrettG following up on a quick kickoff goal. That's going to help things out here for G2.
2 seconds into the game, and they already have the lead. Absolutely, it's hard to score faster than that. A neutral kickoff here. JKnaps will be the first to the ball up towards the backboard. Gimmick still rocking the dominance from yesterday. Had great games. It's not broke, don't fix it. And now we'll see Cloud9 up on offense. Gimmick in the corner, locking it in front of the goal. JKnaps misses, but Squishy doesn't make the shot. The follow-up from Gimmick here as he wraps around, dunked by JKnaps. We'll see NRG, or G2 rather, moving out on to offense. Into the corner. GarrettG over the top of one. Trying to wrap it. Pushed out by Squishy. JKnaps with a response. Squishy, quick turn. And now the dribble. Flick over one. Responded by GarrettG. Up onto the backboard. And Gimmick will put it into the corner. Gimmick now again with the flick. Going for the solo dribble plays here a few times, but the shadowing positioning of G2, always a good response. Now JKnaps onto the backboard, no one present. Gimmick tries to finish it, but can't get there in time. GarrettG will score, and that's 2 up now for G2.
Yeah, this is an impressive assist here from JKnaps. He makes the effort to make sure he gets that ball into the left side of the field. Makes it harder for Gimmick not only to get that save, but it also makes less of a risk there for GarrettG to go after that ball off the backboard.
Just past the first minute, about 1 minute and 7 seconds into this game. See a 2-goal lead now for G2. First one on a kickoff goal, the second one here, having to work for it.
And taking that lead early up against Cloud9, that's important because Cloud9, we saw yesterday just how much they can take 1 goal. They're willing to use just that 1 goal advantage and kill the ball, kill any offense, and play as defensive as possible.
Is this in? It's just going to roll it away. Gimmick wasn't able to get there, or Squishy Muffins rather, on the retreat. And now a 3-goal lead. These players just continue to play so well. It looks like maybe a server issue. We'll see what happens there. It figures itself out.
And you can just see that little bump there, helping GarrettG actually get pushed a little far forward. Squishy Muffins maybe starting to go for that ball a little bit too slow, rotating back not as quickly as he needs to.
For sure, now a 3-goal lead for G2, and in doubles, these leads, or you need them to be significantly longer because of the impact the kickoff goals can have. If you score 1 goal, you could easily have a response immediately afterwards. 1 goal could be 2 goals if things go your way, and we've seen it happen numerous times throughout this competition. But here, Cloud9, 3 minutes left to go, an eon in doubles time. Plenty of time to come back into this game, shake off kind of the rust that we've seen them have on defense here, and start to get that cracking offense going.
You're right about that. It's still over half the game ago, like you said.
JKnaps deleted in the corner. Squishy's there first. GarrettG retreats onto the wall, passes out, and JKnaps gets a nice, fortunate, close, aggressive respawn. He's able to play it across midfield, now back into the blue. Squishy, roll it over JKnaps, GarrettG up. Playing it away, Gimmick now back on the backboard. JKnaps is there, and Garrett quick to position back on the ground. Wait for a follow-up from Squishy. Squishy fast one, dropping it behind JKnaps. JKnaps now back in midfield. GarrettG through the air, into the corner. Squishy out towards Gimmick. JKnaps wins a 50-50. Over the top, a 50-50 game, mostly in Cloud9's favor throughout the first half of this game. But now JKnaps and Garrett winning 2 there. And Gimmick has to bail it out in front of his own net. JKnaps now up into the corner. As Gimmick gets it over the top of one. GarrettG's there. This shadow positioning, eliminating all the dribbling opportunities that Cloud9 has used. They try to dribble it out. They'll flick it past one player consistently, but the second player from G2 is always right there and immediately nullifies the threat.
Right, and that's very, very important to have Cloud9 under immediate pressure. We talk about how good they are at dribbles, how incredibly mechanically gifted these players are, and by pressuring them quickly, they don't have the time to bounce that bar on top of their car. They can't get any dribbles started.
JKnaps tries to flick it to Garrett, but it's intercepted by Gimmick. Popped into the corner. GarrettG puts it back in the middle. Bumps Squishy a bit on the retreat. He keeps the ball neutral at midfield. Both players, though, demolished. Does he get JKnaps here on the response? He bumps him just enough, and Squishy will be able to score. Great aggression there from Cloud9.
Yeah, Gimmick getting that double demolition there. You can just see it gives so much time here to Squishy, and it looked like actually there's going to be enough time there for JKnaps to get enough. But he also got the bump on JKnaps. Gimmick doing all the work, just could not be easier there for Squishy.
Squishy's shot was honestly slow, and like it was enough, left enough time for the respawn, but it didn't matter.
Right, he didn't have any boost, but yeah, when Gimmick is demolishing both players and also getting that extra bump, yeah, there's just nothing else left to do.
Squishy Muffins with the air carry. If he had won the 50-50, it would have been a second goal. But now on the other end, they committed on offense. GarrettG will put in a fourth for G2 here, and now a 3-goal lead reestablished.
Right there. I think at this point, Gimmick is looking at the time. He spots out this 1 minute left. They still needed 2 goals before this, and he went for that mid-air bump there onto GarrettG, but it just wasn't enough. Once he misses that, it was going to be all over, and he concedes the goal.
Now, a minute and 3 seconds left here in game number 1. Plenty of time to come back. Cloud9 has to play perfectly to find a way through G2's defense. There's a first touch. JKnaps' clear isn't very strong, but Squishy doesn't challenge, and GarrettG has time to keep it at midfield. Now JKnaps past one. He can get it past Gimmick here. A good opportunity, but Gimmick wins the 50-50. He has Squishy in the midfield. Dual options here, and just goes for the flick on one, and Squishy will sink it home in the corner. A 2-goal deficit now.
And Gimmick has just been giving so many great assists all game long. Look at this touch here. It is so perfect. It lands underneath the crossbar right there. Cloud9 with 40 seconds left, this is still very much possible. If there's any team who could make this happen, definitely Cloud9 is one of them.
Absolutely. They win the 50-50 off of kickoff, but do not challenge. JKnaps will gain ball control and gets it past Gimmick on the back line. Is there any double tap? No, Squishy plays it away. Now Garrett. The backflip shot into the goal, saved by Gimmick, and the response here from Squishy down the field, 20 seconds. Can he get the tap? He does, an excellent angle, and it's a 1-goal game. Cloud9's coming back.
And this is such an incredible play here from Squishy. Gimmick, he tosses that ball into there, and Squishy, he goes for the first touch to control it, bounces it off that backboard there, and JKnaps, he recognizes he needs to just cover that corner, but he couldn't make it happen. What a play from Squishy.
19 seconds left into the game. Can they find it? JKnaps pass one. Gimmick now into the corner. 10 seconds left. Squishy in the midfield. He doesn't get the bump on JKnaps, and it would have given Squishy the open net to shoot at. They had to commit on that play, and now playing some defense. If they can get the full carry here, they pop it up high, and Squishy's got full boost, but GarrettG's there. He has to read the touch. Gimmick lost it again. Squishy now off the corner, back into midfield, but the ball is open and wide. That'll be it. Cloud9 nearly makes the comeback, but it's G2 that takes game 1.
You know what? And Garrett made such a big impression in this game. He was saving, he was assisting, taking some shots on goal. What I thought was interesting, when we talked to Garrett, he said he changed his lifestyle recently, and that's been a big help in making him a better gamer. He gets to sleep on time, he changed his diet, he's been hitting the gym, and he said he's got tons of in-game games.
Yeah, it's crazy, the idea of being healthy, making you good at doing things that involve reflexes and being skilled at things. His highlights show how good he is here. He scored all 4 of the goals here in game number 1.
Yeah, that first touch, going straight off the kickoff. Nice to see that aggression. That kind of, spelled the story a little bit of just how aggressive here G2 wanted to play against Cloud9.
Yeah, they were able to find some passes from JKnaps and just consistently break down the defense. And Cloud9 tried to come back at the end, but really the massive lead that GarrettG built for G2 just made it too difficult to come back too late.
And, GarrettG's always been a very strong positional player. It requires a lot of focus. It requires just a lot of effort. He's always been the right place at the right time.
And he's got a lot of support here. There's Ryan Jean watching the matches there, giving him some support. And talking about strategy. I wonder if Mom plays much Rocket League.
She definitely watches a lot of Rocket League.
Yeah.
There are some parents in this scene that probably know more than most of the people who actually play the game, just because they sit and watch the best plays there are.
I hope these orgs are hooking them up with MVP jerseys. Definitely putting in the work.
For sure here. So you can see the players all just sitting ready to go. They're excited to get into the next game, and we'll get to it shortly, folks. But game 2. Cloud9, game plan, don't allow G2 to get a 4-goal lead, especially maybe keep them from scoring 2 seconds into the game. They can keep the game a little bit more even. That last-minute comeback will actually win them the game this time.
Yeah, getting that early kickoff goal against Cloud9 means a lot because Cloud9 loves to play defense. And
there they
Gimmick!
go. Off the
He
kickoff.
starts it off again with more of these incredible bumps. We saw all game long last game. GarrettG, he misses that first touch, but Gimmick just bulldozing on through.
You can't save the ball if you're not near the ball. If you just kick them off to the side, just get them out of the way, leave the open net, and now Cloud9, they will take the early lead here 5 seconds into game 2, looking to bounce back from game 1.
Yeah. Octane, a very big car. Often you can see GarrettG and JKnaps both using it. It's a car that's really well known for strong 50-50s, but you know what? Maybe it's just easier to bump as well.
Well, this is a great play from Gimmick. He'll go for the flick here, and Garrett's touch is just enough to put it up high, but Squishy Muffins will be able to read that from a mile away, slams it home into the corner, and JKnaps on the rotation trying to get back. That's 2 goals now in the first 30 seconds for Cloud9. Now kickoff again. Neutral play. Squishy getting demolished after getting the first touch after kickoff. A good win there. JKnaps now coming in. Squishy has to play defense. JKnaps all juiced up, trying to pop it back down to GarrettG, but intercepted by Squishy. And now both players from G2 lofted in the air. Gimmick sends it towards the net. Can JKnaps get there in time? He does. It was wide anyways. Now Squishy with a follow-up again. Good aggressive play here in the beginning of game 2. GarrettG starting to run low on boost, but manages to get it past Gimmick. Squishy winning 50-50s, buying time. Gimmick getting the clear. Exciting first minute here. Game 2, pass to 1. Squishy going for the kill on the back of his spoiler there. Pops it in front of the goal. Does he get it in? The saves comes through, but no, Squishy actually gets the goal. The solo plays from Squishy.
Controlling a ball here on the corner of his car helps him get that backflip where the ball's just stuck on the back of his car and he can get more surface area of his car, and it helps him get a taller flick to get that ball very high up in there and beat the defender.
That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I've seen players stall the ball with the back of their car that way before, but I've never seen it materialize into a goal so quickly like that. Squishy and Garrett are popping off on their respective teams. Last game, Garrett scored 4 goals. This game, all the goals have been from Squishy. Back out in the middle, Squishy having to loft this one high. Buy some time on an awkward touch. JKnaps will get his first goal of the game on Cloud9's defense. The rotation didn't favor them, and this bounce was rough. Squishy couldn't keep it out of his half.
Yes, interesting play there Squishy had. I don't think that was the touch he was looking for, but he actually tried to use the bounce back from the ball, the recoil from his car, to use that to get pushed further back to his own net there. Just wasn't enough. It was an interesting idea, though.
Kickoff going in G2's favor. JKnaps trying to pop it over Gimmick. Gimmick gets most of it and then gets carried away by JKnaps. The 1v1, Garrett versus Squishy. He lofts it high enough that Gimmick has time to get back. JKnaps will play the ball laterally, lofted across. GarrettG thinking about it, going up for the hit. Back into the corner, a double tap back out. Gimmick has the read over the top, and JKnaps gets a bump onto him as well. He's going to try and take the shot, and it'll be good. A 3-goal lead again here for Cloud9.
And now we have all 4 players getting a goal for their own teams. Gimmick here with that touch, being able to get underneath the ball like that helps him just get that extra bit of power, and you being able to turn that also into a bump there on JKnaps. That is just such a strong play. Seeing Gimmick on the dominus, it's been kind of refreshing here. A traditionally Octane player, but he is so good on this car.
And many of the North Americans starting to favor the hybrid hitbox here of the Dominus. Back across, see G2 back up on offense. 5 goals before halftime in game 2. It's been quite the shootout. Back in front of the box, Garrett goes for the fake and actually gets the own goal off a Gimmick. What a clever play from Garrett.
Yeah, if you watch here, Gimmick, he tries to trap this ball here, and he recognizes that GarrettG has a shooting opportunity. Squishy tries to block it, but that 50-50 from Squishy pushes that ball there into Gimmick. If Gimmick was just maybe a little bit further to the right, he might have been able to get a touch and save that ball.
But as it stands, now a 2-goal lead. Cloud9 as G2 starts to come back to life. Gimmick across the field. GarrettG using the wall to his advantage, but gives the ball to Squishy. Now Gimmick into the orange corner. GarrettG down the field. JKnaps moving up. Now GarrettG back on the wall again. JKnaps at midfield, off the backboard, played down by Squishy. JKnaps with an opportunity. And Squishy sitting in net waiting for the shot. We'll have the response. Now Gimmick Nice loft, GarrettG pops it off the backboard. Squishy with a response, but JKnaps easily saves it to the side. And JKnaps leading the charge. Low on boost because the flick over Gimmick. Squishy's there. Right now, the one-on-one play. Both teams opting mostly to just have each other go for 1v1s, allow their teammate to bail it out when they lose. It's been working for both sides pretty well.
I'm not sure if it was just a 1v1 play. I think Gimmick was trying to create space there for Squishy, but he was also trying to steal the boost. You can see he got both the boost and the demolition from the G2 half.
Now Squishy at midfield, ball control, pinches it off of JKnaps over to the side. Gimmick on the response. Shot towards goal is wide, and Garrett will put it back into his own corner. Squishy up the wall, dunked by Garrett. Looking for the pass out to Garrett. JKnaps doesn't find it. Squishy slows the play down. Back in the middle, here's JKnaps. Takes it away, now GarrettG popping it up high. Going for a shot here, off the backboard, cleared by Cloud9.
That was a smart play there, just being able to buy some time and draw both the defenders. Unfortunately, nothing resulting from it.
JKnaps puts it back in, Garrett misses. Gimmick and Squishy now down the field. Pass play opportunity. In the final minute here, down by 2. G2 needing to find 2 more goals. There's an opportunity here. JKnaps up, gets it past Gimmick, but it's wide of the net. Had he shot it on target, Gimmick would have blocked it.
Very important there for him to get above the ball there. I'm not sure he had enough boost. So unfortunately, that's not going to let him get the play that he needs.
Gimmick under 1, he should be able to put this one in, but he can't quite find the angle. JKnaps in time will play it off the backboard with 15 seconds left. They've got to find one more goal here to have a chance at overtime. And demolition of the JKnaps in the midfield will probably seal the deal here as Gimmick puts another shot towards the net. Garrett has to go for the save, but at this point, midfield control gained by Cloud9. They can stall the play out, run the clock down, and take game 2. A game apiece here as we move into game 3.
Interesting changes there from Cloud9, contrasting to what they did, using Gimmick to just move away from Squishy and buy a lot of space for his team.
Yeah, there's a lot of respect there for Squishy Muffins. He's a scary guy with a very silly name. I think he told us where he got his name from too recently. Was it he was younger and his mother was making muffins?
Did he? I wasn't there for that story.
He named himself after
I think it was something like that.
Squishy Muffins. He squished one. He was like, "This is me."
I'm not gonna lie, squishy is not a way I would like to describe any food I want to eat. Someone's like, "Oh, you want to have that muffin, dude? It's so squishy." Like that doesn't
good,
sound
moist
appetizing,
muffin.
you know?
Well, let's look at his highlights and see how squishy this muffin really was.
Okay, cool. He's absolutely lights out. Scored the first 3 goals here for Cloud9. Was incredible in his 5. He scored 3 goals on 5 shots. Very, very efficient. A lot of it was set up here though by Gimmick. Gimmick's bump game is a big part of Cloud9's strategy right now.
Right, he's bought so much of that space here, and you can see this 50-50. He draws in the defender and leads to an easy shot. It was a good shot still, nonetheless, there from Squishy. And this goal was was so impressive there. I guess Squishy got the final touchdown on the end, but that flick to bounce that ball up over the defender to follow it up as well.
And there's his mom, Mary Lou, watching the match. The muffin maker herself.
It was
the
inspirational cuisine there. And it was that 3rd goal we saw from Squishy. That's the sort of play that has given him the title of being a mechanical mastermind. Absolutely incredible control of that ball. It impresses me and it makes me think, what else is possible? He makes me ask that question all the time.
The control over the ball is insane. He not only takes the shot, he sets himself up for the shot too.
Absolutely. Well, game 3 inbound here. Everyone's gotten 1 win. Who's going to get it in game 3 here? Oh my goodness. Win this game 3 and you gain match point. You're 1 game away from moving into the winners finals.
And Cloud9 with the momentum, making a huge adaptation in game number 2 to take that game 2.
Squishy out of his own corner, carries it over the top of JKnaps, keeping it along. He tries to get it past GarrettG as well, draws the defender out, and he'll be able to put it in on the touch from Gimmick there. Great team play from Cloud9.
And you can see GarrettG coming up off of his own backboard here, trying to buy enough time. JKnaps still rotating back, but with no boost. That was not enough, and that is the 7th goal here, I think, for Squishy Muffins. That is incredible.
He's been incredible. Yeah, it's been quite the team effort here. Squishy putting in the goals, but Gimmick making it possible. And that goal, essentially a Gimmick goal that Squishy secured. Squishy puts it back to the side. Here comes JKnaps now up on offense for G2. Gimmick will get a clear out of the corner, and Squishy following along. The 50-50 though, won by GarrettG, back into the blue box. So look to set up JKnaps in the midfield. Gimmick with a quick response. JKnaps had hung pretty far back, expecting the hit from Gimmick. Now Squishy, out of his own net. GarrettG up and playing the kind of the ball chaser style role that happens in shadowing. He's being very aggressive and allowing JKnaps just to clean up whatever happens. Now the flip.
Oh, that's a huge missed opportunity there for GarrettG. JKnaps can not only pull out the defender, but he had that pass straight onto the side of GarrettG. He just needs to control that, and that was a wide open goal.
It was a wide open goal, but a blazing fast pass as well. GarrettG had a split second to find the shot. He couldn't find it there. Now JKnaps back down the field. GarrettG pops it back to his teammate, looking for the shot, and the dunk underneath Gimmick, and Garrett will score. Oh my goodness.
G2, this is incredible here, looking for each other with the infield passes. GarrettG just bounces it right back to JKnaps.
That third touch.
JKnaps with that final assist. My goodness.
He hit it off the wall, hit it off the floor, and then hit it like just off himself again just to get it around Squishy. That's the sort of complicated things you gotta do to beat Cloud9's defense right now. We're tied up.
Is this a State Farm assist in the match? Can we give it to both of them for that play? That was incredible.
That was a great play. Gimmick now off the
Garrett with
the spider defense, and JKnaps with the follow-up as well. They keep it away. Oh my goodness, what a game. Gimmick now around the corner though. They're not quite out of the woods. Garrett will finally get it past. Gimmick did get the boost there, but Garrett will find it at midfield. And finally, G2 can take a breath, having to play stalwart defense.
And you know, at what point does this begin to get in the heads of Cloud9? And maybe it doesn't.
Shot.
Maybe it doesn't. That is a great shot.
We can't score in the box, fine. We'll just snipe you from our own box. Squishy all the way down the field.
You're right, from your own box just underneath the crossbar. That is some power on the shot.
Beautiful play to give Cloud9 back the lead here. 3:05 left on the clock in game 3. And what has been a classic. North American players here. Garrett played over the top of Squishy. Gets him off, and JKnaps, great win there on the challenge. Wins another one to send it into the corner. Now Gimmick looking to see if he can get it here to Squishy. The pass might actually hurt them here, as yes, Squishy wasn't ready for it. Garrett just plays it off the defender, and JKnaps sinks it home.
Gimmick's first touch here just wasn't good enough. He gets control of the ball, but then just misses the touch. I'm not quite sure what happened. Starts going flying.
Either a miscommunication or a mechanical error. Either way, it ties up the game here. G2 taking what's offered, but now the kickoffs. Here comes Gimmick. They try and play it through. Back in.
Gimmick. This is smart play here. It looks like a shooting gallery. You pay attention here. He puts that ball not only off the back corner, but the way he lands, he just goes immediately for the bump onto JKnaps and trying to open up that opportunity for Squishy. And this is something you start to question G2. Are they paying attention to these bumps here from Gimmick? Because it has been all series long.
Oh, and the follow-up, GarrettG just puts it in. Man, the kickoff goals, you know, it just changes things up in twos.
It
just straight away.
really becomes difficult for players to kind of to respect just how important that kickoff is. You want to lose the kickoff just so you don't risk giving up the ball in the center of the field for a teammate to follow up on.
Again, and it was a kickoff goal that gave Cloud9 back the lead. A bit more effort having to be put in to get theirs scored, but they count the same nonetheless. There's the play. See Garrett and Squishy on your screens. It's Gimmick in his own corner here. JKnaps with the pass across towards Garrett. Squishy sends it towards the goal. Garrett gets it away. JKnaps now lofting it high. 2:07 left to go. And we're in a deadlock at 3 goals apiece. Again, winning this game 3 puts you 1 game away from that upper bracket finals. Garrett is out for the challenge now. JKnaps in his corner, looking to pass Squishy, and the solo mechanical skills from both teams. Both players playing lights out. Given opportunities, they are making the full use of them. As this pass goes back on the JKnaps, pops it high. Does he follow it himself? He does. Up, gets it over the top of Squishy, and can Garrett get there in time? It's actually JKnaps who's there first and wins another 50-50 with Gimmick despite being out of boost. Garrett now with a full tank sends it towards the goal, and Squishy will get the save. But it's back into the corner for Garrett. He'll look to see if he can find JKnaps. Gimmick finds it off the wall. Gets it back out to midfield, and JKnaps lurking will actually challenge late. Gimmick gets it past him, and GarrettG put it back into his own corner. Cloud9 holding on the defense, clearing it out of their half, and now Gimmick with a shot. GarrettG makes it out in the net, and we're approaching the final minutes, still tied up at 3 apiece.
Interesting. Oh, wow.
Demolition, GarrettG has to get in time.
Interesting note here from Cloud9. A lot of success here coming from these sidewall passes, just looking to pass laterally, bring the bounce out ball off the sidewall and use that 90-degree angle to get more power on the ball and take these long shots. That's where a lot of their offensive power has been coming from. But when you see G2, they continue to try and dribble this ball.
Well, the shot from Gimmick saved by JKnaps, but a follow-up can come through if he can just get it around the defender. JKnaps able to pop up high and Squishy demolished in the midfield. That opens up so much space here for G2. They get the pass across to Garrett, back to JKnaps, and the shot towards the upper corner. It's out, but Garrett there with the follow-up. No, Squishy has it. JKnaps has to retreat quickly as Cloud9 breathing down his neck in the final 20 seconds.
That was a wide open goal opportunity. Just don't shoot straight at the goalkeeper there.
JKnaps in the corner. Can he find Garrett? Loses control. Gimmick plays it over the top. GarrettG falling back. He'll just try to kill this. Does not want to give Cloud9 a winner here in regulation. Shot too high. Gimmick gets it away, and now back down the field. Squishy's there. He'll kill it. We'll go to overtime in game 3. The kickoffs. They've been so important. This one looks like it'll probably be neutral, but Gimmick's up there first. Wins the touch with Garrett. JKnaps airborne. Had time to get a full tank. Back out to his teammate. They'll avoid kickoff tragedy. The first goal to win. First goal will win game 3. Gimmick with a flick over 1. Garrett with a response. Squishy with the booming shot, and JKnaps with the save. Back and forth between Cloud9 and G2. A dead heat here. A flick over 1. GarrettG now with a second touch. Gets it out to JKnaps. Squishy's there in time and makes the save. The savior medal here for Squishy in game 3. And JKnaps, aggressive play, straight across, finds the boost. And I would have been so impressed if he got that dunk. Here comes Garrett, though. G2 starting to take control of overtime. Off the backboard, no one's present. JKnaps takes the shot, and it's good. G2 able to get past the defense of Cloud9, and they're up by a game.
A huge risk here from JKnaps to go up for this ball here. You see Gimmick, he's turning around in the net, but what a shot there off the crossbar and in.
JKnaps, there was no one on the backboard. He knew he had the whole net to shoot at, and Gimmick has to react to JKnaps' shot there. Gives JKnaps the advantage. He knows he's got GarrettG falling back, too. That lack of backboard positioning definitely giving G2 the opening they needed to get that game.
It was so impressive to see both of them playing very different play styles. We watched Cloud9. They just tried to go for those long shots time and time again, looking to just bounce that ball off the sidewalls, create powerful shots. G2, they felt confident in their dribbling plays. They were just going for those dribbles and just trying to beat defenders, pull them out, let the demolitions do the game, and just open up space.
And dude, I mean, you just try to look at these highlights here. Goals back and forth, 7 goals scored in this game. 10 saves that we saw Cloud9 have to put up, 6 from Squishy there. That's 2 savior medals in 1 game. Had to play so much defense, and it still wasn't enough.
Right, you saw the Cloud9 taking the lead initially, and look at this touch here from JKnaps, turning his car mid-air to get that second bounce there off the wall, opening that one up for GarrettG. You can just see a reaction. Look at that smile. How can you not?
Brilliant plays there. And Squishy put in all the goals for Cloud9, but the only ones that mattered was the one in overtime, and that one goes to G2. The small defensive mistakes would spell demise of Cloud9 here, and they found these so close, but the defense on the side of G2, it was so impressive to watch them clear that away.
And here, some of those long shots we were talking about from his own box. That is such a long shot. You do not see that often at all. And GarrettG here, that was good pressure, recognizing that Squishy is driving towards his own net. He won't be able to get a lot higher on the save. And here, Gimmick with the bump there, just bulldozing JKnaps out of the net. The goals, the variation, there was just such a variety in this match.
Absolutely, but the immediate response from Garrett there after the bump play from Gimmick, able to find the kickoff goal, score, and then in overtime, the only one that really made a difference, the one that took the cake home, the overtime goal from JKnaps. But folks, backstage, see the families, competing parents here, they root for their children as well.
Refusing to sit on the same couch. Get away from me.
You won't see them both standing up at the same time, you know? It's got to be rough. Like, I always just wonder what choice words are given. I mean, assume it's healthy, right?
Oh, I don't know. Parents get competitive too.
It's just, you know, it can be like, you know, Little League baseball or something like that. You just start to really, really get invested because, I mean, your kids, they're playing on such a heavy stage. And the big difference here is these kids are playing for a lot of cash versus Little League baseball, you're playing for a trophy. So game 4, inbound. G2 with a 1-game lead and 1 game away from staying alive and knocking Cloud9 to the lower bracket. Can Cloud9 send us to game 4 or into game 5? Or do they drop it here? Only one way to find out. take us about 5 minutes here. Squishy sends it towards the goal. GarrettG will get a save over to the side. And JKnaps now. Ball control, cross midfield, flicks it past Squishy. He's managed to get a wheel onto it, but not quite enough. It's Gimmick now actually holding on to ball control off the bounce. Squishy's in his own corner. Garrett tries to read it. JKnaps pops it past, and GarrettG now falling back. No follow-up pressure here from G2. Gimmick get the fake dunk there, and now JKnaps flying back onto his own half. Squishy throwing played out. Gimmick tries to take a shot, but it's soft. GarrettG has time to adjust and make the save. Now back on the offense, blazing fast gameplay in the first minute here. GarrettG down the field, up onto the backboard. No one's present again. JKnaps still finds it on the double tap. That backboard positioning so critical for Cloud9 right now.
At this point, a triple tap. GarrettG with little boost as well here. You see JKnaps. Oh, they're off Gimmick. You're right.
Off Gimmick.
That's unfortunate as well. Gimmick, he's forced to go up for the ball that there's nothing that he can do. He needs to be able to believe that JKnaps can hit that shot. We saw him hit it just the game previously.
The last 2 goals have been very, very similar shots here. Cloud9 needs to respect that backboard use from G2. Start to leave a man on the back ball, on the back wall. JKnaps out to GarrettG. Thinking about it, but taking his time. Bates Squishy in with the play. Now back out to JKnaps. Keeps it high. GarrettG manages to avoid the demolition. But Squishy straight onto the backboard. Yeah, not giving them any free shots there. He'll flick over one. Here comes GarrettG from the back. Proper midfield shadow play. Here comes JKnaps. The shot towards the goal blocked by Gimmick as he gets it out and gets it past GarrettG. He has a free run to the goal, but he's out of boost. Can anyone get there in time? GarrettG's trying to drag race him, but the bump from Gimmick. It's been the bumps from Gimmick all day.
Yeah, good awareness there from Gimmick, recognizing that even though he has no boost, GarrettG won't be able to get back either. GarrettG's also a little bit low on boost, and without any flips, it's not going to happen. He just immediately starts zoning that ball.
Yeah, it was going to be a very difficult save for GarrettG, no matter what, even if it was possible. So Gimmick securing things, bumping his opponent out of the way, and tying this game right back up at 1 apiece. A bump on Garrett in his own half, but JKnaps responds bumping Squishy in a more critical position. GarrettG winning the 50-50. He'll look for JKnaps here. Doesn't find it on the wall, but here comes JKnaps nonetheless.
GarrettG, he went straight for that bump there on Squishy Muffins, trying to just delete that defender.
JKnaps lofting at GarrettG, not sure what to do. He's going to retreat and allow Squishy to take the shot down the field. Respond by putting it into his own corner. 250, oh my goodness, Squishy over the top. Tries to get it away, GarrettG lofted it, and now sending it away. You see Gimmick and JKnaps there. Concentrated, trying to get the win here. Squishy Muffins. Off the wall, looking for a shot, taken away by JKnaps. GarrettG over towards JKnaps now, looking for a shot towards the goal. And Squishy will get the save. He'll get the clear, send it away. And on his last save, GarrettG did unlock the Dual Force achievement with his 7th goal and his 11th save in this match. This weekend only, you too can get a 2-for-1 deal on Brisk Beverages exclusively at 7-Eleven. Type !Dual Force into Twitch chat for more info.
So impressive. GarrettG also in the regional. I think there were 3 7-Eleven Dual Force achievements unlocked by GarrettG alone.
Every series he did it. Here comes Garrett. Got on his hood. Got JKnaps. And JKnaps out to GarrettG. Looking for the shot. Squishy blocks it. Now JKnaps. He'll try and move up onto the wall. He'll send it over to the side. JKnaps through the air. Towards the corner. Great placement, but Squishy gets there in time. Deadlocked here. 1 minute and 28 seconds left to go. And if G2 can find the win, that's all that matters.
That was a great read there from Squishy Muffins. He recognized just from the car orientation alone, that shot there from JKnaps from the far corner.
Garrett finds it, just a slight miscalculation on the defense. And GarrettG's shot goes home. G2's got the lead.
Yeah, and you can just see great placement there from Gimmick, looking to try and cover that entire net there with that save, but wasn't enough.
1:17 on the clock. 2 goals needed from Cloud9 to stay alive. They can get one here on kickoff. Good setup from Squishy. With the defense from JKnaps, sends it into the corner, eliminates the follow-up from Gimmick, or does it? He finds a crazy angle, and we tie it up again.
This has just been the difference. The margins between these two teams have been incredible shots. The only thing saving them, you see the respect there from GarrettG.
Did you see the bump? Squishy on a rotation just happens to clear the goalie, and it opens up the net enough for Gimmick to find it. Still a crazy angle to hit, but the lack of a defender definitely made it more possible. Now JKnaps on the back wall. GarrettG's airborne. They found the first goal. Can they find the second? Or does GarrettG and company make it difficult again? Over the corner, Gimmick, pass one. JKnaps, losing the 50-50, Squishy over to the side. GarrettG now. Down the field, Squishy. Carrying it on his hood, Gimmick behind him. Just looking to read the situation to see if he can find the goal. Squishy's pinch, or Squishy's air dribble will be pinched to the side. Gimmick putting it back in. JKnaps off of Squishy. GarrettG holding on the ball control, flicking it over Gimmick. Squishy makes the save on the retreat. Garrett had done everything he needed to, and Squishy got back in time, but now the pass across the field, back up into the corner. 15 seconds remaining. It's just Gimmick. As Garrett backs off. They won the last overtime. Maybe happy to go there again, but they get it past one. JKnaps, can he get another foot onto it? Get it away from Squishy, who's got to play some defense. Gimmick tightly rotating into the corner, not going to goal. Anticipating his teammate winning this out, and it goes to the side. It will go to overtime. Game 4. Next goal for G2 sends them into the upper finals.
That's a very high pressure situation here for Cloud9 to be under.
Squishy. He needs a goal just so he can play another game. Squishy over one. The midfield play. GarrettG has the read, now up into the corner. Bouncing it back down. Gimmick low on boost. He just has to fall down, allow Squishy to hold control. GarrettG will just interfere with Squishy's dribble. And JKnaps now up onto the backboard. He's scored twice this way, but not this time. Gimmick blocks him out. Flick over one. Can he get it past GarrettG? No, into the corner. Now Garrett. Can he set up JKnaps? Squishy wins ball control, but GarrettG right back into the corner. And Gimmick just doesn't know what to do. He's trying to get it out, gets it past one, but GarrettG just shadowing here. He'll play it back. Oh, and Squishy finds the shot, though. JKnaps now up into his own corner. And G2 now back on defense. Turned across midfield. Here comes Gimmick. Squishy muffins out of his own corner, uncontested. Two G2 players right in front of them. The patience pays off. They get it past two. Is that it? Can Gimmick get up in time? He tries, but GarrettG can't make the shot. Gimmick makes the save. And now Squishy through the air. Play it away. JKnaps back into the corner. A bump onto Gimmick actually gives him a position to take the ball off the ceiling. He gets it down. Squishy could move in, but he just sees the pace is too much. Backs away. GarrettG. Squishy moving up. Shot on target. JKnaps over to the side. Both teams with opportunities. Here's another one. They pop it high. Squishy quick onto the backboard. Now a bit more space being given. Both teams went for the long booming clears. JKnaps sets up GarrettG. The shot is high, but brings up two. Can he get Squishy on the fall? No, Squishy dismounts the wall properly, gets it away and into the corner. And our G2's got to play some defense.
We've seen after the majority of these G2 offenses, Cloud9 just trying to get as much power onto the ball as possible, going for the counterattacks, opting to let G2 shoot and trying to catch them with a mistake here.
Here comes GarrettG, blocking Squishy. JKnaps back on the field, 2 minutes into overtime. One of the longest overtimes we've seen in this tournament. Oh, the miss from Gimmick. Doesn't give a window. They respected Gimmick on the backboard. GarrettG will pop it high. JKnaps lofting it across his own net, but GarrettG's there. And oh, a double commit. JKnaps loses ball control as well. Leave nobody over here. Squishy will have the ball uncontested. GarrettG now back out. Across the field, JKnaps respecting Gimmick. Looking for the second touch here. GarrettG flies in from the corner. And a boom from Gimmick. What looked like it might be a quickly resolved overtime on some aggression from both teams has stalled out a bit. Now here comes Squishy through the air, cleared high by Gimmick, or by GarrettG. And the play by GarrettG past Gimmick. JKnaps is moving up. Squishy plays it off the backboard. Where's JKnaps? Sends it towards the goal. Is anybody home? Squishy gets there in time, and the shot was wide. Now Squishy down the field. He's got JKnaps in his way. Goes for the pass play. Can't make it. The infield pass blocked by JKnaps. What a save to keep him alive.
A huge save and a 2v1 opportunity there.
Oh, he does it still. Squishy wraps it around the corner. Maybe the easier of the two shots, but this one is the one that matters, the one that counts. We'll go to game 5.
Squishy Muffins recognizing JKnaps unable to make the save, and GarrettG rotating back for his own net. You cannot touch that ball and save it. The second you see them rotating back towards their own net, driving backwards, that's when Squishy Muffins goes for the pinch on the own wall, dishing it to himself. Great play there from Cloud9.
Game 5 inbound. Cloud9 on the brink of being knocked into the lowers. And this time, still 8 saves they had to put up though. Cloud9 having to do so much defensive work here. And oh my goodness, one more game to determine which of these North American teams gets to stay in the upper bracket.
You know, Cloud9 there, they were really feeling the pressure. I believe it was 12 shots here. And we can take a look at the highlights. You can just see how incredible this offense was from JKnaps and GarrettG, and how they were kept frustrated and held off by Cloud9.
They played so well. It started off with the same way the game 3 ended. JKnaps finding the double tap, got a little bit of help from Gimmick on that one, but then the response was Gimmick was able to just find his way through the midline defense of G2 and get a goal. And the game stayed pretty even here. It was, we would see the next goal from GarrettG would go, and Squishy gets a great save, but the follow-up attempt, GarrettG would eventually score. But then the 2 goals that mattered came from Cloud9. Good placement there from Garrett. The rest of the game, though, Cloud9 finds a way to win.
At this goal, the goals that they scored, the majority of them coming basically in the same minute or so at the same amount of time, and we saw that long overtime. This here, there was so much pressure, so many shots here. Pay attention to just how fast they were playing here, and that's when Squishy, great vision here. He recognizes the defenders, both rotating back towards net. If I get this ball past the first post, it's all gonna be over from there.
Absolutely, and folks, I mean, it's still drama in the watching room. She can't watch anymore. She just can't. It's too intense. It's
I
too
do not envy either of those mothers right now. This cannot be easy.
They know how important this is. They know there's money on the line. The upper bracket final. I mean, it guarantees 3rd place basically if you make it into the upper finals. They want it so badly, and just beside themselves. I love Squishy's mom though. Stoic, just watching and happy when her kid puts it in. We'll go to one more game. Cloud9 will not go away. Cannot wait for this game 5. You got a predictions, Quinn? You think
I can't predict this. Have you seen how incredible, how back and forth these 2 teams are?
It's been incredible. I can't wait to get this game started. The countdown here for kickoff. And the first kickoff here, Squishy will take control. Gimmick through the air, looking for a shot. JKnaps just waiting patiently and gets it away. JKnaps in his own corner. The stare down from Squishy. He gets the bump. Gimmick takes the shot, but GarrettG's ready for it. GarrettG to the side. Squishy now out of his own corner. Looking to dribble past JKnaps, the loft high. Now GarrettG dismounting the wall. Taking up the midfield before being demolished. Squishy with the midfield shot. JKnaps with the clear, he'll send it back down to the corner. Tank up on boost and look to move out on offense. Gimmick around the corner. GarrettG now back down to JKnaps. Cloud9 continues his pressure. JKnaps pass to 1. GarrettG. Gimmick in the drag race here. Gimmick gets to the side, but GarrettG trying to move over to the side. Gimmick. Great contact here. Garrett gets demolished by Squishy again. JKnaps pass 1. Can he get the fake? Gets the flick high. Squishy's there, but his touch is going to be soft. GarrettG now in with the follow-up. Shoots it straight into Squishy. Great read there from the defender. The pass comes across. JKnaps looking for GarrettG, trying to score that first goal.
That was incredible patience there from Squishy Muffins. Not to get tricked by that bait there from JKnaps, trying to pop that ball up. He was expecting Squishy to just challenge it. Squishy, he had read that play completely.
Squishy now across midfield. And GarrettG down the line. JKnaps looking for the redirect. Can't find it. Gimmick sends it into the corner. Now up. On along. GarrettG underneath 1. Over to the side. Back and forth. Here's JKnaps into the corner. Looking for the back pass to GarrettG, but interception from Gimmick inbound. Neutralizes contact. Squishy takes a midfield shot, and JKnaps will make the save. Savior medal for JKnaps here in the first 2 minutes. We've had some crazy shootouts here between Cloud9 and G2, but this one going the distance, approaching halftime, and nobody on the scoreboard. Squishy. The mind games that all these players are going for right now. So sincere. Everybody's stalling, watching, trying to bait anybody in, and nobody taking the bait. Here comes GarrettG. Squishy nearly finds the read to score. JKnaps lofted. Gimmick up across the field. GarrettG now into the corner. Gimmick should have this. Sends it back. Squishy a little bit loose in net. GarrettG sends the shot towards the goal. Squishy had time to get grounded, but here comes JKnaps and Gimmick both up. The demo shot to get JKnaps and the victory on the challenge that'll leave Squishy with the air carry here. Can he do it? GarrettG drops it down and JKnaps gets the clear. The 1-2 punch there on defense to transition onto offense.
And you can see Squishy, he takes that air dribble, but he doesn't just force the attack here. He's keeping all of his options open, just trying to bait that fake in. And they're also trying to prime the defense here to give them opportunities to make mistakes in the future. It starts from here.
JKnaps up. Gimmick winning on the wall. Squishy in to take the shot. GarrettG can't get there. Cloud9, they find the first goal, and it could be the only goal they need.
JKnaps here going for that touchdown on the backboard, but it was good to see Gimmick there. He runs up that wall immediately to put that ball back center for Squishy Muffins here. Being able to just help your teammate out, to use your offensive pressure there and play and interrupt the other team is important.
1:48 on the clock, and the first goal goes in. Cloud9, the advantage now. JKnaps tries to find the kickoff flip reset shot. Doesn't quite work out for him yet, but it was pretty anyways. GarrettG now into the corner. Finds the enemy boost. Looks for the back pass here to JKnaps. The touch actually kind of goes neutral. It doesn't quite work out for them, and we'll see Cloud9 move up. GarrettG and JKnaps tighter and tighter positioning here. We'll space back out a bit, but again, both players maybe getting a little bit aggressive, a little bit antsy here. We see them overlapping a few times on zone of influence. Ball at midfield here. Squishy will play it down, and JKnaps be able to turn, keep it in his corner. And JKnaps versus Squishy on the front lines. Stalling the play out. JKnaps waits till the ball blocks Squishy's line of sight and then challenges. GarrettG, though, losing contact. Gimmick has to rotate out, allow JKnaps to gain control. Final minute. With one goal separating these teams, anything can happen. Squishy through the air. He wants to make it too. GarrettG's loose, but JKnaps will send it back down the field. Gimmick has the clear. Sends it to the side. A win from G2, but Squishy with a response back to midfield. And stalling the play, running the clock down. Cloud9 can easily just keep this ball away from G2 and win this game. They don't have to score anymore. They just got to keep G2 out of their net. JKnaps hanging back, waiting for an opportunity, but Gimmick just keeps the pace on the ball, rolls it up on the wall. It's not necessarily the most favorable position for him, but he doesn't care as long as JKnaps is out of position because of it. A flick over one from Garrett. And Squishy stays between the ball and his goal despite being flicked. And with 10 seconds remaining, JKnaps and GarrettG, they've got to put it together right now, or Cloud9 moves on to the upper bracket. They're trying to do it. JKnaps over the top of one, lofted it high. GarrettG up to take the shot, gets it past Gimmick. Can he find it? He's not there. JKnaps puts it back in and hits the crossbar and down. So close, but it won't happen, and Cloud9 stays alive.
Impressive to see them those last 40 seconds just draining time.
Oh my goodness.
Limiting to G2 to one shot, and that shot still bouncing off the crossbar in the final second, unable to keep that ball up in the air.
As close as you could come to overtime, but this time it's Cloud9, folks, and what a game, what a game.
2 overtimes in this matchup, some seriously high-scoring games. It's incredible that Game 5 ends on a single goal for Cloud9. Really incredible. You know, this is exactly what I think of when I think of Cloud9 and how they adapt, how they respond in the face of pressure.
Absolutely, and G2, props to them. What a game, what a series. Every game so close here and down to the wire, nearly finding it pixels away from being in a third overtime right now.
Absolutely. We have some replays here you guys can check out from this last match, and I just want to talk about how it appears the players are learning from each other over the course of this match.
I mean, these players have been playing together and against each other for such a long time. They know what they're all capable of. It's about what approach they're going to take to the match here. And initially, you could see in the earlier games, both of them opting for different play styles. And between Game 1 and Game 2, Cloud9 made a huge transition there, going from more dribbles to being able to switch. You could see backstage here. Oh,
so
GarrettG's mom, some stepmom, some
She knew all those shots. She saw them. She's like, I know that they've got a chance here to score, and it just didn't happen for them. So close. Every one of those players has been the North American regional champion at some point. They are all so good. That was an awesome match.
Absolutely, and as a parent, as a supporter, you know, you got to throw your body into the ball direction there. You got to lean. It helps aim.
It influences the ball, you know.
All right, guys. We have an interview with Cloud9 coming up very shortly, but before then, we have to go to a quick break with our sponsors. So stay in your seats. When we come back, we've got that interview with Cloud9. We've got 3 more matches today. and maybe more brisk dual force achievements, so keep an eye out